Hi, this is Nick with North Star Bushcraft. What I want to show you today is two methods of finding your way in the wilderness without using a compass or a GPS. The first way I'm going to show you is the shadow stick method, and the second way is going to utilize a watch. So stick around and we'll look at the shadow stick first. Alright, so as the name implies, for the shadow stick method, we need a stick, and that stick is going to cast the shadow. So obviously we need a light source. The sun or the moon will work for this. It's going to have to be a pretty bright moon for that to work. But we're going to focus on the sun today. I've gone and put my stick in, and you want to make that vertical if possible, or as vertical as possible. And you want your ground to be relatively flat. On a hillside or something, you'll get some skewed results. So flat ground, straight stick. I'm going to go ahead and mark the end of my shadow now. We're going to wait probably 3 or 4 hours, and we're going to come back to this and show you how to use this to find south. I said I was going to show you two ways to use the sun to find south. The second method is using a watch. An analog watch is ideal. You can use a digital watch as well. It's a little bit trickier, but I'll show you how to do that as well. So with an analog watch, what you want to do is you want to point the hour hand at the sun, keeping your watch flat. So I'll do that now. Now you look at where the hour hand is, and you look at where 12 o'clock is on the watch, and halfway between the two is south. So I told you a while back that you don't necessarily need to have a digital watch for this to work, and I'll show you how that is. As long as you know what time it is, you can find south if the sun is out. I've gone here and drawn a clock on a whiteboard. You could scratch this on a piece of bark if you wanted to. You could just have this image in your imagination. You can still make this work. It's 5 o'clock. I'm going to turn the hour hand to point at the sun. So right there is pointing at the sun. You can tell by my shadow. That's where the sun is coming from. Now what you have to do is divide the angle between the hour hand and 12 o'clock in half. Bisect that angle, and that's your south line. That's pointing due south right now. Alright, we're back here with the shadow stick method. You can see the first mark that I made. I made a second sort of intermediate mark, and then just now I've made a third mark. This is where my shadow is now, and there's the tip of it. So it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's been 3 hours that the sun has been making a shadow here, and it's been moving across the snow for me. So once you have your first and your last mark, what you want to do is connect them with a line. Straight stick will work, and in this case it'll be a little bit easier for you to see. That line is basically an east-west line. Now you know if your sun is rising in the east and setting in the west, the shadow, the first mark you made, is going to be in the west, and the second mark you make is going to be in the east. So that's an east-west line. If you go 90 degrees to that line, you have south towards the side of your shadow stick and north in the opposite direction. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out our website at northstarbushcraft.com and subscribe if you liked it, and you'll get updates when we post new videos. Have a great day.